Coffee brewing as the sun peeks through the haze. Birds are chirping, serenading morning's praise. Front porch creaks as dreams fade away. America's awakened to a brand new day. Old vinyl spinning a sweet old tune. Day starts dancing under a sleepy moon. Newsprint smudges on fingers of grace. America's awakened at her own steady pace. Sips of sunshine in a coffee cup. Simple moments lifting spirits up. From the mountains to the sandy shore. Morning in America, want just a little more. Neighbors waving with a friendly rise. Kids with backpacks chasing daylight skies. Eyes cooling on a windowsill so fine. America's awakened with a heart full of shine. Old vinyl spinning a sweet old tune. Day starts dancing under a sleepy moon. Newsprint smudges on fingers of grace. America's awakened at her own steady pace. Sips of sunshine in a coffee cup. Simple moments lifting spirits up. From the mountains to the sandy shore. Morning in America, want just a little more. Neighbors waving with a friendly rise. Kids with backpacks chasing daylight skies. Eyes cooling on a windowsill so fine. America's awakened with a heart full of shine. Neighbors waving with a friendly rise. Kids with backpacks chasing daylight skies. Eyes cooling on a windowsill so fine. America's awakened with a heart full of shine. Tractors rumble, fields coming alive. Big wheels turning where hopes and dreams strive. Laughter echoes down the old dirt road. America's awakened to lighten her load. America's awakened to lighten her load.
Good morning, good morning. I hope you all are having just an excellent morning today. My stuff is not working for me. There we go. Look at that. We're starting off the bat great. We got Greg of Scotland. He's been a member for 2 months. Thank you so much. We do appreciate it. I'm trying to retweet out the thing, but it's not it's acting weird for me on X today, but that's okay. We'll figure it all out. Let me mute this so we're not getting a bunch of interference. All right, let's check and see who's here. Let's see. We got Hellhound who's here. Good morning. We've got Anna G. Good to see you. Good to see you. We've got Sharon Kovac. Welcome. Who else? We got Greg of Scotland. Christina. Good morning, Christina. I hope you're feeling better today. Who else? Okay. Hello. Yeah. Hello to the trolls and haters. Hey, everybody, make sure you hit the thumbs up. Give us a thumbs up. Give us a share wherever you're at, especially if you're watching us on X. Give us a share over there. Yeah, I was trying to weird stuff. Weird stuff. Speaking of which, there was something I got while I was on the cruise. I got it for the show. I was looking for it the other day, but I I didn't pack it where I thought I did. So I have this to show you guys. So there we go. Skipper's got his skipper hat now. So there we go. Oh, I am gonna have to, that's gonna be way too distracting. Way too distracting. All right. Let me see. I thought I had some stuff. My browser's it's just taking its old time. It's sweet old time. Nope. Nope, I didn't have anything. Okay, that's fine. That is a-okay. I don't mind. Uh, yeah, the drama llamas. Yep, yep. It's funny because all these people for a long time who said they were so against drama, and they're the ones starting the drama. Like, I will say this. I'll say this. Georgie has gotten so patient. There was a time where Georgie would have went off on people, and she sent me some stuff and said, "Look what this one's saying. Look what this one's saying." And yeah, she's had uh, so much patience here recently that I'm just like, "Oh my god, girl, you are doing such a good job." So, and I got to make sure I tell her that enough. I am upset because last night she was turning me into a frog while I was live. And if you guys missed that, it was not a monetized stream. We were doing a live yesterday, and it was all about me just going through my music and my playlist and sharing that with you guys. So I hope you guys really enjoyed it. Uh, let's talk about the Savannah Guthrie thing. With that going right now, let me get this. There we go. Get it a little bit centered on my head, a little bit better. I'm gonna have to steam this thing out. Right? She has, and I'll say this about Georgie. She listens. Her and I have had a lot of conversations about just different things. And there was a time where she used to get very emotional, and I was like, don't let these people control your emotions. She's still home with hairy feet. Well, that's true. But yeah, I was like, don't let these people, they want to control your emotions. They want a reaction out of you. And when you deny them that, you're doing a great job. And yeah, like some of the people that have been in these backroom groups, like in these Facebook groups, and where they think no one can see, or discords. We've seen a couple discords now. Uh, it is absolutely shameful. And it's funny because like she notified me. She was like, "Hey, this got sent to me," and it was me being removed from a Discord group. What's hilarious about that? I'm never on Discord. I'm on Discord when someone asks me to come onto Discord. I could give a shit what those people do over there. I find it hilarious, and this is where they get so upset. Okay, like I had people in the Facebook groups because I was getting moles to infiltrate their Facebook group, and I was posting about it. You want to know why I was posting about it? Because I was doing a counter intel campaign. I was telling them, "Oh, I've got moles in there," and I did have moles, but they didn't know who. And what they were doing is turning on each other and kicking people who were not moles out of their group. That happened several times. And I'm sure well, I know it's happening in the Discord. I got kicked out of a Discord, one that I was like I think they just sent it to me. I don't remember myself actively wanting to join it. And I got sent a screenshot. Someone sent it to Georgie. Georgie sent it to me, and it was where I got kicked out of the server. And I went and I looked. I'm like, oh my god, that's real. They kicked me out of the server. And what's funny is these creators who are just like if you're doing drama in the background, you're still a part of the drama. Like you're creating the drama. But yet they think, well, I'm not involved in it. No, if your people are doing it and you're not shutting it down, yeah, you're guilty. You are guilty. You are giving the forum in which for that happened. If you guys notice, When the ecosystem was mine, I didn't put up with any BS. I kept a tight ship on it. That's why the anti what the hells versus what the hells, that's about to get shut down because you have people who will they'll suspend me, okay? And I don't care about being suspended in there. I was daring them. I just wanted to show them as hypocrites. You got people in there, they'll suspend me, but there are people actively breaking Facebook terms of service, and now they're on the verge of losing their group. It's like, yeah, that's what happens. Like, you, your suspension tools as a mod and an admin is supposed to be for the good of the group, not for taking out a personal grudge. And that's what they use it for is personal grudges. Well, guess what? When you have mods themselves breaking terms of service, it's definitely going to put your uh, it's going to put your group in jeopardy. And what is he? What did John do? His solution, his solution was to uh, it was to then go and make um, then go and make some of these people mods who are the ones who are violating terms of service. It's like, oh, this is going to be like that's you want the fast track to get your group shut down. That's how you do it. Personal vendetta, yeah. And I laugh because all I had to do is leave some insinuations that I was behind it, and they ran to the groups. They're like, Skipper got the other group shut down. I don't care that much. I do not care that much. I will watch. I will watch and I will take screenshots. I want to know I want to know who's actively working against me and my show. That's just smart. Um and I will do things to bait these people. I'll put up posts. I'll talk about it on here. And yeah, perfectly fine by me. I don't mind it. Yeah, and here's the thing. Those are people I don't want watching my show. I want them to be so disgusted with me. This is actually I learned this from radio shows. When a radio show or when a radio station when it changes format, they do a thing they call purging the listeners. You purge you purge the listeners, okay? You make the old fans hate the new format. So they'll leave and not come back. Uh, because what if you don't do that, you get the people. Well, I miss when you guys did this. You guys should do this again. You guys lost your way. You want that negativity out of there, so you purge the listeners, and that's what I was doing. There were people who were coming here. I don't like what Skipper's doing. I think Skipper's sexist. I think Skipper's racist. Okay, so I purged my listeners because all they were people who were here to sabotage what I'm doing. And I don't want that. I don't need them. If it's between having them here and me having a core group of people that I love and it legitimately want to do a good show for, yeah, I want you guys here. There you go. So I have to laugh about that. I have to laugh about the people who are getting involved in the drama and the people who are allowing the drama. And it's funny because some of those people you can tell they want to do things with people like me and Georgie. And it's like, no, we're not gonna do that. I don't know about the athlete tax. That's new to me. I don't even know if that would be legal. Because if you were getting paid by the Super Bowl, okay, fine. But you're not getting paid by the Super Bowl, you're getting paid by the teams. And like if like New England is in Massachusetts, um, Seattle's in Washington. I don't know how you can come in and take their pay. So I don't know about that. Now, if it was a payment from the network or from the NFL, and they're hosting the event. Okay, there I could kind of understand it. I am so tired of this Savannah Guthrie thing, guys. Just so tired. Like, get it off my freaking TV. The woman is dead. It looks like it was a family member who did it. Don't you like this? Yeah, I got this on the cruise. As you can see, I got to take the steamer to it because it got a little bit crushed in the bag I put it in. I couldn't find it the other day. And I finished unpacking today and that's where I found it. Okay, I'm just looking at some of the stuff that people. Hey Larry, I sent you some pictures of your thumbnail. I did some editing to it. Take a look, let me know what you think. I don't think any of those are a perfect product, but it's a starting off point. So I hope you enjoyed it. Uh uh Gilligan's Island. What's funny is many years ago, me and a Marine, um, we went as Gilligan and the skipper um, for Halloween. I was Gilligan, had me a red shirt and a bucket hat. Oh, does that make Georgie Gilligan? You guys should see. You guys love doing all the stuff with the pictures. Make me the skipper and and make Georgie Gilligan. Yeah, they're in your email, Larry. 160K traffic kids have been found this year. Yep. Popeye. Do-do-do-do-do-do. When does Popeye enter the public domain? That's going to be close. Uh it's last year. The original version of Popeye entered the public domain January 1st, 2025 because it was a 1929 debut. There you go. So you can make lots of works now with Popeye. It's a character that is open to anyone. Is Tintin? Yeah, Tintin is in the public domain now. That's cool. I don't know if Olive Oil was she created in that first work? Okay. Popeye, ham gravy, and castor oil are all in the on the public domain. So Mickey with his white gloves. Mickey's white gloves entered this last year. So Steamboat Willie was a year ago, but now Mickey with his white gloves is in the public domain. Uh, him eating spinach comes out in 1931, so we got 2 more years for that one. Uh, Rhapsody in Blue has the uh, uh, entered the public domain. That's going to be a big one. That's a big one because you got to think that's the song used by United Airlines. What else do we have? Oh, Bolero enters the public domain. Okay. The original recording of Singing in the Rain. Okay. What else? A Farewell to Arms. So you'll probably see some movies made about A Farewell to Arms now. Yep, Tintin and his dog Snowy. They're now in the public domain. Uh, uh-oh. Oh, hey, Larry is joining us on the stream. Where's he at here? There we go.
What's happening, man?
I got a little bit sick getting home, but other than that, I'm okay.
Oh, well, I hope you're all right. Hey, look, I know you're tired of hearing about the Guthrie stuff, but have you looked into the Clinton connection?
No, I haven't, but I'm not surprised. She works for NBC News, and they got their claws into that.
Well, you know the girl that's on the Today Show or whatever it is, you know, the daughter. Her husband is tied in with the Clintons big time. So there ain't no telling how deep this little thing is fixing to go.
Right? I'm not surprised. Like, because did you hear also what Katie Kirk said last week?
No,
She was talking about her and George Stephanopoulos went to Epstein's house, and she's just talking about it like it's no big deal. Like,
I don't know, but I don't hear anybody. I don't hear anybody in the mainstream media talking about the Clinton connection with this family.
right?
I think the girl's husband, you know, the one that's on it today, I can't remember. Is it Savannah Guthrie? Is that her name?
Yeah.
Yep. Her husband, I think, worked for the Clintons for like 10 years while they were in the White House and all that stuff. So and then I got to, you know, the Clintons are in the hot seat right now because of all the Epstein junk and not following the subpoena and all. You know, it seems like all of a sudden they're in trouble and then somebody disappears.
I get worried that it's to distract from the corruption because we're now starting to find a lot of corruption, and the big thing is the voter corruption that I think is being uncovered in places like Fulton County, Georgia, and Arizona.
Oh yeah, I think it's gonna. Well, I think the one side will prove beyond a shadow of a doubt that the election was stolen, but the people that are going to believe that are the people that believe it already. The other side's going to say no, that was all fabricated. They're not going to believe it. I don't care what you show them. So, you know, our country is just really divided right now. No matter what side of the, you know, what side you're on, you've got to admit that we are extremely divided.
Oh, absolutely.
You know, at the end of the day, you know what I can do about it? Nothing. I got one vote. I can cast my one vote. That's about it. Hey, look, I appreciate you inviting me in last night, but I was just about to turn in for the day. So
that's okay.
I thought I'd jump in this morning, at least say good morning and tell all you viewers how much fun we had on the cruise. And it was just a good time.
I did want to show you this.
Okay.
Once it comes up, this is the ink. This is the pencil drawing that we had talked about from your thumbnail.
Yeah.
So I've got that one. And then I've got one other that I did, which was more of an ink drawing. So let me pull that one up once my mouse agrees to work with me. And these are not finished products, but they're starting products.
Yeah. The first one looks pretty good. That's kind of where I'm I'm leaning towards it. I don't think I like that one too much.
This one, maybe in this format, it just looks a lot more distorted, but it actually is a little bit more detailed than the other one.
Yeah. Yeah, I
But
was thinking more like that first one, but more of just an outline type thing. But anyway, those look good. That first one might work. Hey,
and I'm
let
gonna
me ask you
keep
something. I see
working on it.
somebody's put a super chat in there. Go ahead and deal with Patrick on his
Yep.
super chat. That was
I'll
good.
thank you for the $5.
I like money.
And just to remember, that puts us halfway to the goal. If we get $10, I turn off the ads. But do you think Epsteinism will evolve to be as severe as McCarthyism? I think it already has. I think it already has. I think you've seen people get canceled for it. Um, will it continue? Absolutely, absolutely. But I'm more concerned about the politicians who are involved than I am about the celebrities. Like. I don't really care about Bill Gates per se. I care about what he was trying to do to us, and all the stuff he was trying to get us to take. And apparently he got a STD and had his wife vaccinated without her knowing. Did you hear about that one, Larry?
Yeah, I heard he was trying to get some medication to slip to her so she wouldn't catch it, and then him find
Yep.
out. It turns out, I think that whole thing is the reason they split up.
Oh, I think so too.
Yeah, I think
And
she said so. She didn't say in the beginning, but now that that's come out, I think she's admitted that that's the whole reason they split up. When she found out that went on, she left him. Can't blame her there. Hey, let me
yeah.
ask you, what I don't understand the deal with Epstein. We never saw a body. We never saw anything about a funeral. They just basically said, "Well, yeah, he's dead. He hung himself," and that was that. I'm not so sure. So, with those kind of connections and that kind of money, he might be
Oh,
in some third world country island somewhere just living it up,
oh, I
and they're
think
pretending where he's at. I mean, I'm not convinced that he's dead.
I agree with you. I think because it's a strong possibility because it was a Mossad operation, and Mossad is the intelligence wing of the Israeli Defense Forces. So, is he in an Israeli country or Israeli linked country? I think it's very possible, very likely, especially with what they released the other day, which is that they used a fake body to fake out the media. Well, here's the question. Why do you have a fake body ready to go on a guy that just died?
Yeah.
You know
As
that
big a story as that was, you would think the media would have been there filming when the body was brought out. You know, I mean, you heard nothing. They just said, "Well, he's dead. He hung himself," and that was it. And oh, by the way, the cameras weren't working during that time, and I'm not convinced that he's not still around. And my
I think
question
that
is,
was
where did he get his wealth from? I mean, he just showed up some wealthy guy that owned an island, and he was having all these high profile people coming, and now it's all this other stuff that was. Where did his money come from? Was he propped up by governments for the purpose of blackmailing people? I mean, there's a whole lot missing here that we don't know.
I think that's 100% what's happening. Because Robert Maxwell was very famously a Mossad operative living in the UK, and he was actually a Hungarian refugee, I believe it was, but he was a Jewish operative, and then his daughter, Ghislaine, gets involved with Epstein. No one really knows how Epstein got his money, but there's powerful people like Les Wexner who are tied to it that now they're saying that he was a co-conspirator and they should go after him. He's living alive and well in Ohio, um, not far from where my parents are. So if he was a co-conspirator, they should be arresting him. But I think it was absolutely at least a Mossad op, but a very good chance it was a Mossad CIA op operating within the U.S.
I was laughing at Patrick's comment.
Yeah, I'll tell you what.
Probably on Mars. We probably had a colony on Mars for a long time. That's where they're all at. Michael Jackson, Elvis, Epstein. They're all on Mars living it up.
Absolutely every politician that was linked to Epstein should be outed. And I'll tell you the big one, JB Pritzker, his brother was on the island as frequently as Prince Andrew.
Wow. When they do stuff like that, you got to look at the blackmail side of it. They've got them, and they can get anything done that they want done. You know, just crazy.
I don't even think they need to at that point. I mean, there's pictures of Ghislaine and Epstein, and they've proven they were staying at Balmoral Castle where the Queen vacations. And, they were just close friends with Prince Andrew. Um, you know, uh, I, the more and more that stuff comes out, the more solid I am that no, it was a intelligence operation.
Yeah.
And
And
we'll
all of
never
this,
know the truth.
the whole big picture makes me realize what a small, uninformed individual I am, and I'm not alone. The government is able to hide and manipulate everything to the point that us regular folks sitting at home, we have no idea what's going on, really.
All
And,
these
and
people
if we
who
do have a little bit of an idea, it's twisted the way they want us to think about it. So,
all these
I just pick my chickens
files.
and try to live a simple day.
Yeah, all these people keep fighting, wanting more files released. You all realize that John F. Kennedy died in 1963. It's 2026, and all of those files have still not been released. Why?
Yeah.
What? Everybody's dead that was involved. Release those files. If nothing more for the families, but yet this is just going to be another thing like that.
Yeah. All right. Look, you're making me think too serious this morning. My channel's more of a laid back, easy going. Y'all trying to make me a serious YouTuber. I can't have that. Hey, look, I just want to jump in and say hello this morning. I'll let you get back to your stream. Hello to everybody
Always
in the
good
chat.
seeing and talking to you. I appreciate you coming on. And yeah, next time you come on, we'll keep it less serious.
All right, buddy. Y'all have a great day. Talk to you later.
Yep, you too. I am going to take a quick break, guys. I'm actually going to go get more coffee because I'm very thirsty. So yeah, I do want to get some more. But sorry, I'm just looking at. Okay, I'm just looking at what I want to play. Um, so yeah, I'll be back in just a moment here. Where is I'm looking for something I can play that's long. Oh well. Oh well, I'll just turn the normal music back on. I'll be right back.
Coffee brewing as the sun peeks through the haze. Birds are chirping, serenading morning's praise. Front porch creaks as dreams fade away. America's awakened to a brand new day. Old vinyl spinning a sweet old tune. Day starts dancing under a sleepy moon. Loose print smudges on fingers of grace. America's awakened at her own steady pace. Sips of sunshine in a coffee cup. Simple moments lifting spirits up. From the mountains to the sandy shore. Morning in America, on just to live.
All right. Sorry about that. I've been sucking this thing down. I'm trying to make sure I'm drinking things all day because of being sick. Why with JFK's college roommate's best friend's cousin bought a ticket to see JFK in Dallas and he might be implicated? I actually think I think JFK was killed by Lee Harvey Oswald without a doubt. And I think it was he the only shooter? I can't answer that, but I do also think it was a CIA op. Oh my. Oh my. Hold on. Hold on. Oh, I love this. Oh, I love this. I love this so much. I'm trying to think. That this looks like Georgie. This doesn't look like me. You know who this looks like? What's his name? The guy, uh, Martin. He's a British actor. He was in their version of The Office, played like the Jim character. That's who that looks like to me. He was in Sherlock, played Watson. He was in the Marvel movies like Civil War and Black Panther. Uh, I'm drawing a blank on his name, but that's who I think that looks like. But I love that. I love that. You know, it's funny. She's gonna be so mad. She knew about the hat, and she's not here. But she stays up all late and can't get up early in the morning. Let's see. Let's go through and see what else is happening. Oh yeah, the El Paso airport is closed. I did see there was a congresswoman tweeting about it saying reopen it. Look, that's not your job. You're in Congress. Um, the FAA, if they have if they have a reasonable, credible threat to safety, no, they need to keep it closed. Um, Now, if this time tomorrow it's still closed and there's no reasonable, credible threat of a safety incident, then yes, then I'm okay with you saying that it needs to reopen. But that's not what I was saying. Pizza delivery to Nancy Guthrie's home gets warning from sheriff. Uh, Tallest player in women's basketball won't play this season for Texas Tech. Okay. Uh, we need a college football commissioner. Um, you know, there's actually precedent for that. And I believe it was like 1916. Like 8 players died playing college football, and Teddy Roosevelt put a group together, and they created safety standards. They were the precursor to the NCAA. Uh-huh. Economy added 130,000 jobs in January. Unemployment is at 4.3%. Let's open that up. Let's look at that one. That's a pretty decent jobs number. 130,000 jobs. It was weaker than the same time in 2024 and 25. That's okay. Uh, it surprised forecasters' expectations. I don't care about their expectations. So it was at 4.4 and it ticked down to 4.3. So that's good. The big thing is that it's stable. I don't care about these 0.1%. It's essentially stable. And see, there are people out there saying that the economy is going to crash, and they're pointing to the housing market, and there are people out there saying that the economy is going to take off, uh, and they're pointing to the jobs numbers and inflation numbers. I think if you were to ask me, I think there's going to be a little bit of both. Um, if the housing market crashes, it's because the subprime market just was acting stupid yet again, like what we experienced back in 2008. Will it be enough to crash the economy? I don't know, because I don't see people back in 2008. Like I remember in 2006 and 2007, I was living outside of DC. All these new homes were exploding. I saw so many Marines getting these APR mortgages, and they were telling me how much money they had. and what their home was worth. Well, here's the problem with that, and I always have a problem with people who tell me, "Well, my home's worth this." Okay, well, is it? Who says that? Well, that's what it was appraised at. Okay, well, appraisal is just someone saying, "I think it's worth this." What has it sold for? What has the house down the street sold for? I had someone here tell me that their home was worth $800,000. I said, "Why do you think that?" Well, that's what they're asking for the home across or down the street. I was like, "Has it sold?" No. So it's not getting that. That's what they want, but shit in one hand, want in the other. Let's see which one fills up first. So, yeah, uh, I don't listen to people when they tell me, "Well, my home's worth this. I could get this." Okay, go get it. Go get it. Uh, like I can tell you what I purchased my home for. Uh, and I'll tell you the worth of this house is way more. Hey, good morning, Trin. The worth of this house is way more than what even I think I could sell it for. But I'm looking at other things for this house, other money-making opportunities than just owning this house for 30 years. Oh, yeah, yeah, this guy here, I'll show this one. I am so sick and tired of hearing about this guy. This is an Irishman with an American wife, lands in ICE detention. Uh, yeah, this guy overstayed his visa and then married an American woman. Guess what? That's not how that works. You overstay your visa, you're gonna get kicked out. Like, read the room, dude. They've been saying this for a while. Now, had he self-deported, had he gone back to Ireland and then said, "Hey, I want to come back and be with my wife," he'd probably be okay. But he's been in immigration detention camp for 5 months. Well, yeah, because he's appealing his deportation order despite a pending green card application. A pending. So it was not approved. So yeah, he you Seamus Colton's detention is part of a six-part pattern in the Trump administration increasingly tough enforcement effort, which has swept up not only people who cross the border illegally, but those who overstayed their visa. This is how you know it's not a racial thing. He overstayed his visa. Yeah, you're gonna get picked up. You're gonna be put in detention. You're gonna be deported, and rightfully so. I think your wife should start making plans to move to frickin' Ireland. I don't want this guy here. You can't do things right. Leave. This is the entitlement of these people. This is not your country. But because you married an American, you think you're entitled to this country? No. Your country would not allow us to do that. So why do you think you can do it? So yeah, I'm tired of this guy. This is the like third or fourth article I've seen written about him. Zero sympathy. You knew what was happening, and you thought, "Oh, I'll just marry an American. That'll be okay." No, it's not. Asking people to show an ID and vote is not federalizing an election. They need to stop with that. Uh-huh. Uh, the Olympics, I could care less about the Olympics. You know what sport I really hate in the Olympics? Like most of the Olympics is just pointless. It really is. Like, okay, track, any like sprinting and stuff like that, totally get it. A lot of these where it's so subjective, like figure skating, is absolutely worthless. Absolutely worthless. Oh, you can spin on the ice and people are gonna vote on it? Stop. Uh, a grand jury blocks a DOJ case against the Democrats who made the controversial video message to service members. Yeah, that's the right call. Like they do have, like, other than Senator Kelly, the rest of them do have a right to free speech. Senator Kelly, however, is subject to the UCMJ. He does not have a right to free speech, and he chose that. He could say, you know what, keep your retirement money. I want my freedom of speech back. He could absolutely do that. You can do that. You can say, even though I earned a retirement, I don't want it. Just give me my VA 100% and let me go. And his lawsuit, yeah, that's going to get tossed eventually. Yeah, the judge in it might entertain it, but it's going to get tossed eventually. I do. We didn't talk. I talked briefly last night, but let's talk about Jeremy Hales this morning. With that case, the Judge Bolitho is recommending dismissal. It is not dismissed. It is not dismissed. And all the people saying, yeah, but he's showing no. So Randy gets a chance to do a rebuttal, and it'll go in front of the actual federal judge. If I were Randy, here's how I would do it. I would say this in my rebuttal: Judge Bolitho, we have this other case. We tried to add all these defendants to it. Judge Bolitho said no, and it's still at the early stages. We have not even gotten into discovery. He said no, so we brought this. He's dismissing this and trying to dismiss it with prejudice. I would say clearly Judge Bolitho does not want this case to be heard on its merits, and he should be recused. That if I were Randy Shockett, that's 100% how I would do that. Be like, he's already ruled against us. He's said for us we couldn't do it that way. He wanted us to do it this way. Now he's throwing everything out before we even get to the early stages. He's biased against us, and he should step aside. It's well within Florida law, and if I were Randy Shockett, I would 100% do that. Do I think it will get dismissed? It's got a good shot of being dismissed. Do I think it's a given? No. No, 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 no. I think it's got a good shot of being dismissed, but Randy being able to take a bite of this apple, if he had the ability to just dismiss it, Jeremy would have to appeal. And he'd kind of be screwed, but I think this one could win an appeal. Based upon what he's saying. But yeah, if I were Randy, I would say, look, Bolitho needs to step aside. He's too biased in this case. And I would also say the whole reason of this dismissal is saying that there's not a relationship between Jeremy and his audience, his viewers. But here's the thing. They buy stuff for him. Not just super chats, not just views. They buy stuff for him. That's a very active relationship. Like, a lot of us have bought things from Jeremy. So I think that's a very dangerous precedent that Judge Bolitho is. It's technically not it technically is a precedent, technically not, because a dismissal normally is not precedent. But he is saying that he's saying that you guys are not my customers. You guys watching, you guys 100% are my customers. You are. You're here to be entertained. You're no different than if I were putting on a show somewhere and you show up, but they're saying there's no business relationship. There absolutely is. It's just different. If I were on a soapbox with a hat down at my feet and I were, dancing a jig for you guys, that's no different. It's entertainment. So I don't think Judge Bolitho is on the strongest of grounds with that case of dismissal. So I would say it's 60-40 in favor of dismissal. It's not a 50-50. It's slightly in favor because he is a judge, but even if it gets dismissed, Randy should be like, hey, we're going to let you know right now we are appealing this. I think that's a stronger appeal even Dan Owens. And you got to understand, civil rights issues are absolutely appealable. I just think that that's not the way they did it. I don't think is the strongest, but I think right now, I think this one is absolutely appealable. People can't just people can't conspire against someone to affect their life. Now, and we were talking about this last night. I think some of the dismissals will take, like David Helms. He really didn't do much, and he stopped talking about it. He was smart. He stopped talking. But these others, oh no, no, no! Like they have actively tried to uh, do things to Jeremy. Look at Bruce Matskin. He emailed YouTube to get this channel taken down. And we have proof of that. And he said, well, they haven't shown proof of it because we're not at that stage yet. We are not at that stage. And I guarantee you, in Randy's appeal, or not appeal, but his response, I guarantee you he's going to say, oh, well, you wanted to see that they have been doing things? Here's the emails to YouTube's legal department. Oh yeah, the antis calling and emailing Bolitho. Yeah, that can all that would all be. Hey, clearly he's now biased because of that. Like Bolitho, I've been very quiet about Bolitho. I know a lot of other people have been very vocal with hate against him. I, you know, I'm willing to give, especially, you know, at a certain point, I'm willing to give people benefit of the doubt. But this recommendation, I think he just wants it gone, and that's all it is. I don't think it's really a bias against Jeremy. He just wants it gone. But you're dismissing it with prejudice. That would mean Jeremy could never bring it back. Oh, absolutely, Jeremy needs to appeal that without a question. Without a question. I think that is huge. Now with the Dan Owens one, that's not going to be, even though it's a civil rights case, it's not going to the Supreme Court, right? Okay. This could go to the Supreme Court. Here's why. Because saying that you guys as my audience are not my customers, that's a big deal. YouTube, this is a business. This can be a business. There are lots of people who make money only doing YouTube. Mr. Beast has stated he will never give up his YouTube. He wouldn't sell it for $1 billion. It's worth more to him. And you got to think about that. He's got candy bars. He's got burgers. What else? He's got a TV show now. He's got all these other things because of his YouTube. And Judge Bolitho is saying that Mr. Beast doesn't have a customer. Really? In rare cases, it could be appealed. Even if it's dismissed, it can be appealed. In federal court, yeah. This would. There are certain things that are not appealable. I will absolutely concede that, but this is appealable, especially the way he wrote that. And that's a big, like, all the people involved. You know, here's the thing: all the people involved, Ray, Stupid Dave, Lisa, they all have YouTube channels. They have customers. So all has to, if this gets dismissed, all they have to do is appeal it and say, "Hey, let's bring these people in and talk to them." And then how much money have you made off YouTube? How much money were you able to raise off YouTube? Aha. Yeah, this is a business. So, yeah, Bolitho saying this, I don't think is if I were Jeremy, that I would 100% appeal. Dan Owens, I've talked about it before. I would have sued him alongside Levy County. He works for Levy County. It was in his capacity. I would have sued them all together. But, you know, I don't know Randy's strategy He might have a good one. I don't know. I'm not gonna say. I mean, I'm just saying I would do it differently. Oh, absolutely, absolutely. And if you read the section about Bruce Maskin, um, Bolitho's like, well, he hasn't shown that Bruce has done these things because we're not to that point yet. But the fact that he has, that should 100% be in. Um, it should be in. What's it? Randy's response as exhibits. Hey, here's letters that he has sent to YouTube. There is absolutely a conspiracy here. Conspiracy is a tough case to build, a very tough case. But um, yeah, saying that YouTube subscribers are not customers, I think that's a bad precedent. Bad precedent. Look at how many cases are currently active right now involving YouTube. And to say, yeah, no, that's not a business. Mm, it's not a business with a customer relationship. Bullshit, it's not. I will take that to the Supreme Court. Like, how is it any different than a theater selling tickets? Oh, absolutely. Absolutely, Patrick. I don't see how it's any different than someone watching a commercial at the Super Bowl. It's no different. You're making money the same way. All right, guys, I'm gonna finish this up because I'm gonna get on with my day. And I've been going for almost an hour. I appreciate you guys being here. I hope you like the new hat. Thank you to Larry. Make sure you go over to Forever Huff's Living here on YouTube if you're watching on YouTube, and go to Larry and say happy birthday to Sansi. Yesterday was her birthday. Give them some love. Go over, watch their videos, give them a like. I know they appreciate it. Uh, yeah, go ahead and do that. I will be around. I don't know if I'm going to put something out today. I did put out a video yesterday of me and Larry doing our review of the cruise. Check out that video. That was a good video. Uh, we had a good time making it. All right, guys. Thank you so much for being here, and as always, thank you for being worth serving.
Coffee brewing as the sun peeks through the haze. Birds are chirping, serenading morning's praise. Front porch creaks as dreams fade away. America's awakened to a brand new day. Old vinyl spinning a sweet old tune. Day starts dancing under a sleepy moon. Loose print smudges on fingers of grace. America's awakening at her own steady pace. Sips of sunshine in a coffee cup. Simple moments lifting spirits up. From the mountains to the sandy shore. Morning in America, want just a little more. Neighbors waving with a friendly rise. Kids with backpacks chasing daylight skies. Eyes cooling on a windowsill so fine. America's awakened with a heart full of shine. Old vinyl spinning a sweet old tune. Day starts dancing under a sleepy moon. Newsprint smudges on fingers of grace. America's awakened at her own steady pace. Sips of sunshine in a coffee cup. Simple moments lifting spirits up. From the mountains to the sandy shore. Morning in America, want just a little more. Neighbors waving with a friendly rise. Kids with backpacks chasing daylight skies. Eyes cooling on a windowsill so fine. America's awakened with a heart full of shine. Neighbors waving with a friendly rise. Kids with backpacks chasing daylight skies, eyes cooling on windowsills so fine. America's awaking with a heart full of shine. Tractors rumble, fields coming alive. Big wheels turning where hopes and dreams strive. Laughter echoes down the old dirt road. America's awaking to lighten her load. America's awaking to lighten her load.